So what are we gonna do? Okay. So we gotta start somewhere, gotta start somewhere, gotta start somewhere. So we're gonna start with the Divine Masculine. We all, I'm sure, feel the Divine Masculine activation. I'm getting massive throwbacks to 2018. Oh, let's see. Oh, nice. Can you see it? Clouds, small nurture, breath over air. Yeah, Divine Masculine, dog. Look. So see at the bottom? So here we are, just like I said. So 2018 was the Divine Feminine activation for those that resonate with my timeline, this timeline that I'm discussing. And like I just said, we were waking up and pulling up the unity of the collective. I keep having the same sort of energetic feelings, not that it's me, but that's the time frame that we are in. I tend to envision energetic timelines through a different perspective, physically through my eyes. So it's almost like the lens changes. I don't wear contact lenses, but I assume that's what it feels like, changes, and then I see my life through that prism of however I was seeing it during the time that the energy that I can understand that I've experienced myself reappears. I also remember that being like 2 years, or being like, there's no way that this is gonna take 2 years. I was like positive, like, oh no, we'll just wake up faster. But exactly 2 years later, here we are. And so see, Divine Masculine, obviously we're talking about within and without. But down there with their pot of gold, staring at it, oh, this resonates. I just posted too a picture on Instagram of the last scene from Seinfeld, you know, where they're in the jail cell. It used to be my favorite show. And as I've awakened, I was sick, homebound for a good 10 years, really, off and on. And it's amazing going back to my favorite shows to see how I understand them now, you know, and because I don't know, within pop culture, because that's what I've always worked in, that's the industry I worked in, I've always seen my life through that lens, for better or for worse. So I just posted that one with them in the jail cell where they're all still like making like snappy, clever jokes back at each other and picking at each other, but they don't even realize that the world has moved on and they have decided to be good people, or unity. I haven't watched it in a long time, so don't mind my words. I'm also just practicing talking on here. That it's like a cautionary tale of like, yeah, look at us, but what do we have at the end of the day, and does it matter to us? Does it matter? I just heard that song lyrically. I could live in a cardboard box with you. I don't know what song it is. I think it was some Whitney Houston or something like that. But that ignorance is bliss until it isn't. Until you realize, oh shit, it's a program. For lack of a better word. So I think that's really interesting. And to shout out to the divine masculines, I've always carried a lot of masculine in me, which most of us have, because that's the culture we grew up in, or most of us at least in America, I should say. I should only speak for the culture that I'm definitely, understand or have experienced myself. So this is where we are, we're piecing ourselves back together. There's the yin and the yang, but it's the feminine waiting for what we need is to get this guy to realize that this goes in here and then take off, 0 point, bang, bang, out of the wormhole, knowing who we are. And then this popped out with it. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, Earth over Sea. Approach, number 16, approach promotion. Lynn, check this out. Okay, so that's us guiding ourselves. I've always dreamt about a castle on a cloud. I'm manifesting that. I want to waltz right into my own dang castle on a cloud. That's what I want to do. But, here we are having paved this way, or the portion of us, the portion that knows this, have done this. And I would say in my experience, 2018, right at this time, it was right after I had a final surgery. I woke up, my awakening started in 2012, but my health continued to decline. And the last surgery I had, I woke up, and it was exactly about this time, 2 years ago. And then I had enough time to sit with my divine feminine in a healthy way before kind of having to get back into the quote unquote real world, which the world then changed with me, so here we are. This is as real as it gets. Anyway, so take this for what you will, but I think this is pretty self-explanatory. This is exactly what the skies just look like here. They were purpley blue. But it looks like a long ass winding road, and this guy's tired as hell. He's like, no. Remember that phase where you're you knew it was there, but is it really there? Oh shit. So, anyway. Yeah. All right. I'm just practicing. Will I even post it? I don't know. Oh, wait. This one was the last one on here. Okay. Earth over Breath. Number 40, which has come up for me so many times, especially today. I was around kids, which is something that never happens in my world. But I absolutely love chilling with some kids, especially when parents aren't there to try to correct what they're saying, because they're always giving me messages. A couple weeks ago, a little kid, I'm walking by with my dog, a preschool, who's playing, and he stops and he said my name. And I turned and I said, did you just say Kelly? This is a little kid. And he just looks at me and goes, and I looked at the teacher, and she said, I go, is there another Kelly in this class? She goes, no. I go, well, that's my name. And then she grabbed the kid and ran away. Any Hoosier. Here we go. 40. Ascending. The tree, the wood. Pun intended. Metaphor intended. Facts intended. I don't really know how to say that, but anyway. Advancement. Shang. Earth over Breath. We're getting there. Mask or no mask, we are breathing. It's pretty cool. This is the I Ching of the Goddess. Barbara Walter, I think her name is. If I post this, and I'm not just talking to myself, I'll put the link in it. Let's just take a look at these numbers real quick. Let's see. 5, 16, 40, and 7. 5, 7, 4, 7. 7, 8, 9. 10, 13. You get it. You can play with the numbers. Okay. Thank you for letting me do this. Kelly, am I talking to myself? I don't know. All right, bye.